Today I want to talk about some old PS2 games. I'm not talking about the big titles like GTA or Metal Gear Solid or whatever. I mean the licensed games. The ones based on animated movies like Ratatouille, Shrek or Madagascar. You know, those games that popped up on store shelves just because the movie was popular. The ones you find in a bargain bin or get as a random kind of crappy birthday gift. Most of them weren't groundbreaking or even that memorable, but I realized they were surprisingly fun. So if you're asking how did I end up here, a few weeks ago my friend Oljan called me. He said he wanted to start streaming and asked if I could help. I went over to his place, we picked out a PC setup, grabbed some streaming gear and even bought random stuff to decorate the room. While setting it all up, I noticed an old Sony Trinitron CRT TV just sitting in the corner covered in dust, and I asked if it still worked. He had no idea, so I was like, alright, let's find out. We just grabbed a SCART to HDMI converter from Amazon, hooked it up, and that chunky glowing display lit up the room like it was 2005 again. Oljan suddenly remembered he used to play PS2 games on that TV when he was a kid, and honestly I immediately realized how good PS2 games actually looked on that kind of screen. It's not sharp, not clean, but just fits perfect. We start browsing through some random ROM website and every page we saw brought back memories, random game covers, random titles, things we totally forgot about. That we saw Ratatouille and he was like, okay, that's it, we're downloading that one. So we booted up and started playing and it was super fun. Even just watching that CRT screen felt me good. The next day I came back to home and decided to play Ratatouille again, probably first time in over 10 years. I just installed the PS2 emulator, loaded the game, played a couple of levels and realized it looked like crap on my flat screen monitor. I need that CRT. Instead of getting a CRT, I found the PC version of the game with better graphics and higher resolution, fits better to my monitor, and start playing. I thought I'd just play for an hour, get a bit of nostalgia and move on, but no, I finished the whole game without even taking a break. First of all, I totally agree that most movie-based games suck, and movie adaptation of games are usually even worse, but I put animated movies in a different category because, I don't know, they just hit differently. You're a rat in Paris, sliding through sewers, running across wires, dodging angry chefs in kitchens, and doing all sorts of mini cooking missions. Yes, sometimes the camera can be a bit of pain, it's an old game after all, but I still had fun. Then I started thinking about Stray. You know, the cat game, I finished it like 3 years ago. Don't get me wrong, it's great. The world, the music, the atmosphere, it's beautiful, but when you really think about it, gameplay wise, you basically just walk around and jump on stuff, that's it. There's barely anything to do. Even walking is limited. The game automatically balances you while you walk in the pipe. There is no chance of you falling, like all you can do is press W and space. That was the whole game. Okay, I know it's more about the vibe than a challenge, but still it makes me wonder why some modern games limit gameplay that much. Like, it's funny when you look back. Those cheap movie games, the ones everyone clowned on, were actually packed with more gameplay than some modern award-winning titles. Then I start thinking about other old licensed games like Shrek. Shrek 3 was the first game I ever played on my PS2. My dad got it for me on my birthday and I didn't have a memory card at the time, so I kept replaying the same level every goddamn day. Also there was Madagascar. It had multiple characters and each with unique abilities. It was full of action like sneaking, jumping and all that good stuff. And it wasn't revolutionary, but it was definitely fun. So now I don't need another remake of Shrek or Ratatouille with realistic for physics. The continuation of these games was already tried in the PS3. The ones on PS2 were fun, PS3 era came in and somehow they all got worse, like Shrek 4 is trash, Madagascar 3 is also trash, even Ratatouille. They made a completely different version for PS3, but kept the same cover and title as the PS2 one. Like, I thought it was the same game and played it. Yeah, it sucks, yeah. Other than simulator games that are almost the same, I want time-killing games with action elements like this. I'm not trying to sound like that games were better back then, guy, but maybe they kinda were, I don't know. Or at least they were more fun, and at the end of the day, that's what matters for me.